Right, so it looks as though Declan Rice will be a Arsenal player for a club record fee of 100 million Great British pounds and 5 million in add-ons. Let's talk about it before we do. My name is Rahul J Chan. This is the Battle Camp. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. So look, man, when Ornstein dropped that tweet last night, that major bombshell that the Arsenal have lodged a massive bid worth 100 million plus 5 million in add-ons, I was shocked. I was so surprised because I'm just not used to Arsenal behaving in this manner, right? Because that's the kind of bid, that's a big F-off bid. You just slap that on the table and say, look, here's the money, we're taking your player, right? But at that point, obviously, there was still some uncertainty because we weren't sure if Man City are going to come back in and make a second bid. Since then, it's become apparent that Man City have pulled out the race. So now it's just a formality. It's just a matter of time until Declan Rice is playing for Arsenal. And I feel as though this signing is a major milestone for Arsenal. I feel like this is so important in terms of where we've come from and where we're trying to go. And in order to kind of explain this properly, I need to put it into context, because even though we haven't achieved the objectives that we're trying to achieve, which is win the Premier League and win the Champions League, I feel as though we've made a lot of progress. And it's important to step back and smell the roses sometimes. And if you're a rival fan watching this, you'll be saying, oh, how can you smell the roses? You haven't won anything yet. Let me explain. Because when the hierarchy of the club changed, when Vinay was put in his position and Eddie was given the job and Arteta became the manager, it was clear that the club needed a massive rebuild, right? A massive rebuild that is often referred to in football as a project. Oh, player X is so excited to be part of the project. He's interested in being part of Arteta's project. But to me, this wasn't a project. This was a major fucking program of works, because we had multiple projects that we needed to deliver in order to achieve what we're trying to achieve on the pitch. So that included on the field and off the field. Off the field, we needed to bring our wage bill down. We needed to bring the age profile of our squad down. We needed to make sure that we get our best young players to commit their future to the club. We needed to make sure that our recruitment strategy was in line with the objectives that we've got in terms of age of players, the wages that we're willing to pay them, the transfer fees that we're willing to pay, but also technically capable of improving us on the field, right? All of that stuff is difficult. And we're now in a position where we're the youngest squad in the league now that Southampton have been relegated. We've got all our best players to commit their long-term future to the club. Saka, Martinelli, Saliba, Odegaard is next. The recruitment strategy, even though Gary Neville still probably doesn't understand it, is very clear what we're trying to do and how we're trying to do it. And all of these kind of things that we've managed to do in terms of the playing squad, the wages and the age of the players and the type of players that we're bringing in, it's made us an improved force on the field. Right now, let me say this again. We still haven't achieved our objectives, but we've been very successful in putting in the foundations in order to do so, right? If you put us in the context of the league, who remembers last summer when Arsenal missed out on top four and Tottenham got that position, and then Tottenham fans this time last year, or 11 months ago, were boasting about how they'd won the transfer window. And look where that ended. They had the dream team in terms of a sporting director and a manager, the Italian dream team, right? And the manager is no longer there, who's a fraud. And the sporting director is actually literally a fraud. He can't work in football anymore. Right? Look at Man United, look at Liverpool, look at all of the clubs around us who had a head start from us, from where we came from, when we made the changes that we made. And look at how things have turned around since the last 2-3 years, right? Now, obviously, we've invested heavily in the squad, and signing players doesn't guarantee success on the pitch. All you've got to do is look at Man United for that. We've invested heavily, but they've been investments that haven't been a waste of money like Man United, right? The players that we brought in have improved our team, and we've gone from being 8th to challenging for top 4 to challenging for the Premier League. And now this brings me to the signing, Declan Rice. I feel as though the way this season ended, it's important for us to bring in players that the existing players in the squad believe in. They need the kick up the arse to say, oh, fuck, this is really going to help us. I remember listening to an Ian Wright interview where when that squad found out that Dennis Bergkamp's coming in, the lift it gave them, that fucking hell, Dennis Bergkamp's coming out. And I feel like Declan Rice will have the same kind of effect on this squad. And not just about the stature of the player and the fact that he's widely accepted as one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. Not just what he does on the pitch, but clearly off the pitch, he's a leader, captain at West Ham. And it seems as though his character and personality traits are exactly the type of traits that we're looking for in our squad to help us get to the next level, right? I can't state how excited I am, right? And just the fact that the processes in the club now, like we're not even in July yet. We're not even in July yet. And it looks as though Havertz is going to be announced any minute. Declan Rice will be signed, sealed and delivered, hopefully this week, if not early July. And Timber is going to be done and dusted, fingers crossed, within the next couple of weeks. Pre-season hasn't even started yet. Who remembers the days when we would be doing supermarket sweep on the last day of the transfer window back in, 4, 5, 6 years ago? Arsenal are now a serious football club. A serious football club. Because we behave like a serious football club. We understand the importance of doing business early. We understand the importance of doing the right business. We understand the importance of walking away when it's time to walk away, aka the Mudryk deal in January. And I tell you what, I can't believe how excited I am for next season, because I was supposed to be going, I'm planning on going on holiday before the end of the year. And now I'm thinking, not holiday, a mini retirement, as Gary Neville calls it. Apologies. But now I'm kind of thinking, should I go? Because I don't want to miss any of the games. I know that's kind of sad, but that's how I feel, right? But yeah, I think I just wanted to share some thoughts about us signing Declan Rice, and you just got to take your hats off, and I won't at the moment because my hair's not in a great state. But you just got to take your hats off to the way the club have turned things around, the belief that they have in the manager, the belief that they have in the squad, the commitment that they have, and the way they carry themselves and do business, because it's classy. And that's what Arsenal are, a classy club that are designed to win things. And let's hope it happens this season.